Today, guys, I'm going to tell you the story of how a normal day of mowing in November turned into a snowy one. As you guys probably know, November to early December is typically when wrap up for the season. You see, we live in an area with a lot of pear trees. And years like this where it's normally very, very cold, probably a little colder than normal, the pear trees take a long time to drop. I would know because I have pear trees in front of my house. You guys see them in every single video and tell me I need to cut them down. But you know what? I've been pruning them, I've been keeping them up, and they look great. The only downfall is it makes all of that work that you do with your leaf cleanups not all that worth it, if I'm being honest with you. One of the things we do to combat that, or at least combat a big portion of that, is we put off all of our leaf control until mid to late December, if we can, if we have a mild winter, which so far things have been very mild, but I do believe we are gonna have one heck of a winter we're gonna have to get through. But with this beautiful weather that we're getting, I'm telling you, it's not that beautiful. It's like 34 degrees, but you know what? I don't mind it. That's why I live here. I'm gonna make the most out of it. Okay, well, all those leaves are nothing but components of the dirt now. I gotta say, those Ballard X blades, those Ballard X blade adapters with my factory blades and the rippers on top, it's doing pretty well. So as you can see, the day started off with purely good intentions. I wanted to wait a little bit for the Bradford pear trees to drop, which I think worked out pretty well based on the fact that I'm filming this in January and these freaking trees still haven't dropped anything. I failed miserably. Do not do what I did at home. Do your cleanups in November. Don't be an idiot like me. Be smart, everybody. But I figured this would be a fun story to tell, right? So I timed it perfectly, decided to go out that day, do some leaf cleanups. That's actually what I was doing. I was trying out some X blades from my good friend Corey Ballard of Ballard Products. They make these mulching blades and mulching blade adapters and all of that stuff. Now, I'm not sponsored by Ballard, not yet. I was trying out his X blades, super impressed. I'm actually going to be talking about those very soon. After that lawn I filmed, everything was fine, right? Good cleanup, mulched all the leaves down to nothing. That's right, I believe in mulching the leaves back down into the soil because, hey, free nutrients and fertilizer when you're not fertilizing the lawns based on the time of year, right? That's what I believe. You can bag them, mulch them, whatever you want, but that is what I believe, and that is what I do, and that is what I stand by. This video is brought to you by the folks at Horizon 360. Guys, if you are looking for a good quality CRM, maybe you've been in the lawn care business for a while, maybe you're a lawn kid who's starting his own lawn business, you got 14 lawns that grew into 30-something or 40-something lawns, it's becoming harder to manage. Horizon 360 handles everything from customer acquisition to customer retention. You can automatically send out email templates, moving everybody back, moving everybody forward, all those common scheduling things we run into without the hassle of angry clients. Perform estimates right then and there on the job site, away from the job site, in the comfort of your own home. on your desktop. You don't even have to physically show up to do the estimate. Customer calls you, reaches out to you, maybe you got a paperwork day in the office, do the estimate, close the deal within 2 minutes. You have the ability to charge credit card on file. You also have the ability to track your equipment, track where you and or your employees stand in real time. Gives you more data for the end of the work week that you need to make smart decisions to make your business better. Their essential plan, as we talked about before, is now free to all of you. You don't get the tracking capabilities with that, but you get everything you need at the very core to cut out the chaos in your business. If you want to consider a live, more real-time CRM that is going to read the production rate of your employees and trucks and trailers with the trackers and all those fun live and real-time things, then I recommend a paid plan. Use coupon code H360JTLK, clicking the link down in the description below to give you 3 months free any paid plan of Horizon 360 that works for you. Horizon 360, check it out. Here's what happened. I got done with that one lawn, looked great, looked good, and then I went on to the next lawn, right? Seemed like it was decent weather. We had a high of 35, but we had one problem. When I started this cleanup, it was raining, drizzling, if you will, right? And it had to be like 35 degrees outside, so I should have known better. I didn't think anything of it because, you know, it's daytime. We got a little bit of cloud cover. I think we'll be fine. I think this will blow over. We'll be okay. But here's the problem. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and any of you guys who live in the Midwest know that around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's getting dark outside this time of year. So I'm already, an hour into this cleanup, and at this point it's already 4:30, 5 o'clock, right? It's getting darker and colder, and the snow that I thought would stop because it was predicted nowhere in the forecast that it would show up, just kept on snowing. And then as it got colder, that snow started to stick, and then by the time I got to the mowing portion, the lawn was all of a sudden covered in 2 inches of snow. Mind you, I'm doing all this, the ground isn't frozen, so I'm not doing any damage to the turf by doing this, so we're good. But the only problem I did run into, because of the way I was doing my cleanups, I was mulching everything in. I wasn't bagging or anything. And I was doing it with my mower. I didn't have like a big turf storm blower that you can get from Skag. It was a regular mulching setup. Kind of like I predicted, you're not gonna get everything with a fall, winter leaf cleanup because more always comes in and falls, and yeah, you know how that goes. So I really don't believe in cleanups to begin with because of that particular reason. It doesn't look bad, but I just find it funny because I literally set myself up for that. The most poorly timed cleanup I've ever done, and I do not recommend you guys do what I did here. That's why I wanted to make this video, because everybody's been asking since I posted the picture on Instagram, Jake, why would you do that? Well, my friend, I wasn't thinking clearly, and it just, the weather.
I make the weather.
That's all I got. That was actually a little area from when I came over here last time, and there was 2 inches of snow in the ground by the time I was almost done with this cleanup. I was like 2 hours in at this point. My mower kept bogging down, and I was getting like these ice chunks of leaves just falling out of the mower deck. So yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when you trust your gut and you try to go against the grain. Doesn't always work out, but lesson learned.